what is your thoughts on this Kyrie Irving situation?
Shout out to my guy.
With Nike. It looks like they're not going to renew his contract. Looks like he'll be dropped from Nike.
That's been in the works for a while.
Phill Knight got on. He was on TNBC and said that they don't think that they're going to renew. Pretty much, they're not going to happen. I don't see it happening.
I'll just add my 2 cents to it.
Yeah,
I think it's so crazy. There's a lot to unpack about this Kyrie Irving situation. And I see you got Kyrie's album. Was that done intentionally?
No. That was just something.
You see the Adidas and Balenciaga collab?
Oh yeah. They had that, but that was already happening. That was
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was already happening.
Okay.
They moved the middleman out of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
This Kyrie situation is interesting on so many different levels. But for Phill Knight, who's obviously he's a very intelligent person, and he's one of the most successful people ever.
Yes.
And he has one of the greatest companies of all time. But it's just crazy that he can go on national television and say Kyrie said something that crossed the line. He actually didn't say anything.
True.
And that lets me know one or two things. Obviously, Phill Knight is old. So
nothing against the older demographic.
No, sure. But either he's not being received, like that lets me know that he didn't even really understand what's going on. He's probably being received, they're giving him information, or he might be receiving his information from news or Twitter or whoever, or his internal team or whatever. But it's like, that's kind of crazy that somebody that powerful and that successful can be so uninformed when speaking about his own company. Like, he's tremendously uninformed. It's not even about whether they want to drop him or not. That's a different conversation.
Yeah.
But the fact that he said something that crossed the line when he didn't actually say anything.
Well, he said something at the practice.
The problem was he wouldn't say what they wanted him to say.
No, but
he didn't say anything.
No, he didn't say anything. The problem is that he shared the link, right? And then they asked him, "Are you anti-Semitic?"
He didn't share the link. He posted it in his story.
Post, share, whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's kind of like sharing it. But bottom line is that's what this whole situation is.
You're in the mood today with the jacket. Hey, clap it up and put yes in chat if you like Shotty's jacket.
Like, if I put like, yo, watch this, or I put the link to it, that's different.
No, it's sharing it though. Like if I put a link to this YouTube video in my story, I'm sharing it.
Right, but he put a picture.
You should have put a link up to that video you sent to that.
Put a link also.
Yeah. Oh, did it?
Not what I saw.
I think he put a link. All right, but either way. That's what this whole thing is about.
Yeah.
He never made any statement other than like not answering questions, because they asked him questions and he just kind of avoided the questions and never really answered it. He's never actually spoken other than his apology, which that's the crazy part about it too. He actually apologized, and nobody has ever talked about that apology. A lot of people probably don't even know he actually did apologize. There's a whole thing on Instagram with like 4 paragraphs that he actually apologized, and that just kind of got swept under the rug. And they're like, they didn't even accept his apology. They're like, no, this is what you have to do to get back into the league. That's crazy within itself.
Ridiculous.
But the fact that they said that he said something, he didn't say anything, it just leads you to understand how dangerous this climate of social media is, because narratives can get changed and shaped so quickly that you can start believing things that never even happened. And like I said, this is somebody, it's not just a regular person, this is CEO of Nike. And he's believing a narrative, or even if he didn't believe it, he's repeating a narrative.
Can we be fair? No.
Never even happened.
But I mean, yes, all that's true. But this is not the same level of response from all the companies, but Nike had the same stance when he wouldn't take the vaccine. Right? Before this even happened, before the season started, they told him that they wasn't going to bring him back.
No, they was going to drop him regardless.
Yeah.
They have a right to even say we're going to drop you because we don't like what you did. That's their right as a company. But what I'm saying is that to speak and just be so misinformed in the conversation is dangerous.
Well, if we're going to be fair, has Phill Knight been more egregious than Stephen A. Smith? Now, I love Stephen A., but Stephen A. has been waging a war against Kyrie for the last 3 or 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he has.
Stephen A., that's a personal situation that he has against Kyrie. And a lot of people, it seems like in media, have personal issues against Kyrie. For whatever reason.
Well, I don't know why. But, I mean, I'm very fond of Kyrie. Very good person. I don't think he's represented it correctly in the media. And even like when we went to his house in the summer, like when I asked him like how did, because even when we get the attacks, I'm like, man, the other part that people don't see, like it's hurtful to get attacked. So I'm like, how are you dealing with it? And he was like, I'm still dealing with it now. That was the vaccine thing. So imagine going through this another season on another issue. And we have to be very honest, like Kyrie is a leader because if you look at the number of people that he stopped from taking that vaccine, it probably cost Pfizer $4 or $5 billion last year by him taking the stand on it. So I think, and to be very honest with the Nike situation, Nike has been trying to move Kyrie out of that deal so they can put Ja Morant in that seat.
Well, and I don't even think it's about replacing it. I just think that
it is.
Because he's still a viable player, but they can't control him.
But can you make the next 8 years on him, or would you rather do it on Ja?
Well, the thing about Nike is that they'll give lifetime contracts. Like they've always had athletes for long periods of time. Even when the athlete's career has gone down, they still have stayed with athletes, and they get new athletes. They're not really pinching penny. Like they
pinched out Penny out them phones.
Well, when his career was over.
No, they still was making this sneaker though.
Yeah, they
still making this sneaker right now.
Yeah, they still have.
He's still getting his royalties.
I don't know how much royalties he's getting.
Because I've heard some.
He's definitely one of their top shoes that are selling. He's probably in the top 10 for them.
I think when Kanye said they can't control me, that was his most recent. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't even want to talk about that.
So he said that they can't control him, and he's right. But I think that Kyrie kind of fits in that bucket where it's like, all right, after a while, corporate, they're like, all right, this is too unpredictable. He might not play because of the vaccine. He might not play because he shares a link and then he gets suspended and, he got to go through all of that. He might just...
While every player didn't have a vaccine.
A lot of players didn't get vaccinated.
But even like him not playing, like right now, like why is he not playing right now?
The Nets suspended him.
The owners allegedly said that this still has work to do. Oh my God.
Well, they listed 5 things that he needs
which
to
is ridiculous in itself.
Well, that's a whole different conversation.
Like,
but the bottom
be playing right now.
The bottom line is that Phil Knight was uninformed. That's my take on it. Phil Knight, that's disappointing that you made a statement and what you said just wasn't true. And it's just so crazy that somebody at that level can just say something that is completely false. And like I said, that just goes to show you. I can say anything enough. If you say anything enough, somebody's going to believe it. Somebody's going to believe it without even doing any research. There's no level of research done anymore.
Oh, well, I know that for a fact. Like, I just found out like 8 months ago, people wasn't watching the whole show. They was watching clips. I'm like, for real?
Yeah.
I'll see why y'all think I'm crazy. Okay. Like, if you don't get things in context, and then you can wage a war via media and perception, I get it. Yeah. So people are not doing the proper research.
They're not doing their homework?
Not at all. Very rare. Shout out to those of you who do. And for those of you who want more homework and want more gains, get your tickets to Market Mondays live in Madison Square.
Please.
Apparently it is going to be the show of the year, is what they're saying.
Time will be had.
That is the talk of the town. That is the talk of New York City.
Yeah.
Anticipation is built.
Big announcement. Hold on, let me see if we got this message back. If we got the okay. Because if we got the
anticipation is building.
Oh man. But yeah, much love to Kyrie. He's a good person. Like I will say that. Like, love Kai dearly. Good person, good father. And the interesting thing, when I was with him this summer, he's like his dad was a bond trader. For one of the biggest firms. So like his level of knowledge, I know they try, and even like I'll say this, like Skip and Stephen, they try and frame him as like being some like fake intellectual. Kyrie is very intelligent. So the layers of intellect that he has in a bunch of different areas, I won't say too much. Wise person, man. I just hate
intellectual, but he's admittedly saying that he's still learning.
We all are.
Which is the point I wanted to get to, was like, yeah, we all should still be learning. He is still exploring, he's still discovering. And yeah, maybe he'll speak and not be fully, but that's part of the process of growing and learning and educating yourself. And he's just doing it at a high level on the world stage. So yeah, prayers up for Kyle.
My biggest question for the people in our industry that become martyrs, and that's what I always say, like, I love Dick Gregory, one of my hugest inspirations, love Tupac, but are they going to become martyrs for no reason? Because we always say that we want people to stand up for the culture, and then we have somebody do it, and we watch them die.
Of course.
And won't defend them.
Of course. They're going to be martyrs for no reason, because nobody's going to jump in the fire with you. That's one thing I learned early on, is that nobody's going to, and this is why, like the Kanye situation, no matter what he's saying, even if it has some level of relevancy to it, nobody's going to take that mission with you.
Yep.
It's a kamikaze mission, and you know, you're gonna just go on that mission by yourself.
Yeah.
Because nobody's gonna boycott Nike.
Facts.
They can still buy Nike. They're still gonna buy Jordans when
Even with the Yeezys, if they go grab Travis or two other people and they go grab Virgil's understudy, people gonna be back. And like I said, now because they own, like for everyone who said this was Kanye's plan, it's not. Like I wish I can call somebody, shout out to.
You think people still gonna buy Yeezys?
They let Travis be behind him. Virgil's understudy.
I don't think it'll be Travis up, but probably somebody else.
Travis, it'll be his own sneaker.
Yeah.
But Travis is with Nike, right? But I mean,
the right amount of money, a move
like
that
the fact that they saying that we own the rights.
They find the right person
has been made. We own the colorways going forward. You think people still support it?
Absolutely.
I think that I shout out to Dame Dash. I spoke to Dame the other day. I think that Kanye has a tremendous opportunity to rebound. But you know, I think he has to get on good solid ground first.
Define what good solid ground is.
Mentally.
Gotcha.
Are you on the side that people still support the Adidas version of this?
Can I be honest?
Hold on, let me just see what.
Go ahead.
You think?
No, not like how they did. I mean, of course, there's gonna be some people just buy bootleg polo because it's $50 instead of $180. But the level that
it's that Polo Association.
the level that it was associated with before, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
If we're gonna be honest, the culture, like the streets, are a myth. We're seeing it in real time. Like I know, and I'm from East Chicago, Indiana. I first heard Through the Wire, Power 92, driving to South Lake Mall when Kanye was not even thought of as having the potential to be a top 15 rapper in Chicago. So to become what he became is legendary. I think people, if they find the right person, they'll turn around and support him because we love to see a person fall apart and then laugh at them. Sometimes we like a comeback story. More often than not, we like to see a person fall from grace to make ourselves feel better about where we are and not putting in the work that they did to get there. If they find the right collection of people buy them Yeezys. Watch, the people gonna buy them Adidas and Balenciaga collabs that look like garbage.
Well, yeah, they buy that because the Balenciaga collaboration. You know, they're gonna buy that just because.
The Balenciaga they're gonna buy.
Yeah, they're gonna buy that. But I don't know. We'll see. But
they gonna buy the Yeezys.
I just don't see that people buying Yeezys without Yeezy, especially if he has an alternative. If he has his own brand,
we saw what happened with Penny. They don't even call Penny Hardaway. Like the foams, and when I grew up, were Penny Hardaways.
But they would never call them. They were always phone posits. They would never call it.
Now, when I got them out of East Bay in 1997,
1,000%.
We can make a wager. Let's make a wager.
It'd be like if Michael Jordan left Nike and they still would.
People will still buy the J's.
You got to understand, there's a whole culture of
nobody supported Jumpman.
Well, exactly. That's the whole point.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So like what you just said is the point, right? Like people won't support the Jumpman shoe, right?
Because they feel like it's a knockoff.
Exactly.
Even though that wasn't even a knockoff.
That was really him. Like he had more ownership in that.
And
I think Kanye.
We don't support us.
Kanye got two things working for him in this situation: sneaker culture, which they're like real like
diehards. And
they know, like, oh, this is the fake. This is the 138.79 Travis Scott.
Don't do that to us. Man. Don't do that to us.
So
if they Trav
is not. That's a night. He's not leaving.
Nah, but so
450 million. He won't leave.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
exactly. Game over.
So, but
and if they go get Aubrey and a collection of other people,
Aubrey has
Drake not.
He can't design.
He done said F Adidas too.
But Drake's never moved product.
No,
he's never moved product, and he's tried to.
Music.
That's
his product.
Not,
that's a good point.
He's never moved product.
He's not going.
That's a good point.
It's not gonna happen. But Kanye got a loyal cult following.
I don't think so.
No, yeah, they're loyal enough to know that if this product is not him, if he's not endorsing this, is this not? You know, obviously everybody knows the situation. His presence is strong enough for people to say we're not doing.
Is that cult bigger than REM? Can we? Oh man, I want to have a real conversation.
You don't think Kanye is following?
Not bigger than Ari Emanuel.
His following, not
his following is not bigger than the power of Ari Emanuel.
Did you see him this morning, Ari Emanuel? He was on CNBC.
What happened?
It was interesting the way that they talked to him. It was just an interesting back and forth. It felt like almost borderline disrespectful.
There's so much I want to say, but I can't.
95% of people don't even know who Ari Emanuel is.
The people who run the world, most people don't know.
I'm just saying power or following. There's two different things. Kanye has numbers. He has way more numbers.
Ari can cut that. He proved it.
But that's what I'm. But he's still relevant. He's still relevant. Kanye can come out right now and come on, earn your leisure if he's interested.
Been trying. Reaching up. Now we're gonna have an honest conversation. Been talking to people at Donda, people behind the scenes. Shout out Rhyme Fest. Shout out people who really been rocking. But he doesn't want a black stamp. This is Ian Dunlap saying this. Now we want to have a real conversation. He doesn't want to stand there. Like, okay, even with Dame, why the fuck ain't Kanye standing next to Dame more than he has the last 9 years when Dame picked him? Now, I'm going to be real, coming from the Midwest.
I can't speak on their relationship.
Dame was the only one who was stamping Kanye.
They still have a relationship.
He still ain't gave Beanie his money.
Well, that's not going to happen. Beanie probably the maddest out of anybody. He's probably madder than anybody.
Come on, man. Like, you ruined that school for the kids, but going back, and also, I can't say who, but it goes back to not knowing who you can go to war with. The person who started the campaign to get him canceled was in his inner circle / family. Yeah, be careful. Gotta be careful who you go to war with. That's the biggest like I'll say my stuff, but I'll pick people I know I can win against.
And don't go to war until your money's right. Tupac.
Absolutely.
Tupac said that. Don't go to war until your money's right. Well, we will monitor the situation.
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop, bag drop.
Bag drop.